a cabin. Didn't really specify where it was at. So. We have young George, about the age of 10, going down to Neo show to get an education, not knowing anybody. His first night down there, he spends the night in a barn across from the school. That barn, luckily, was owned by the Watkins family, Andrew and Mariah Watkins. It was Mariah who found him the next morning and started questioning him. You know, what are you doing in my barn? And young George tells her the story. I've come to get an education. I don't know anybody. I need a place to stay. The Watkins family do take him in, make sure that he gets clothed and fed and taken care of. He is required to do chores, and one of the chores that he has to do is laundry. Now, George learned how to do laundry here on the farm from Susan, so that was pretty easy. And matter of fact, for a few more years before he gets down to Tuskegee, he's going to take in laundry to pay for his education. So that seems to fit his temperament. He doesn't mind doing that. George is down there for about a year at the Lincoln School, and he figures out that the teacher down there only has an 8th grade education. George knows just about as much as he does. So that's really not going to work out, is it? So he has to hit the road. Well, for the next few years, he's going to get an education piecemeal. You know, he's going to grab a little bit here, then move on, and grab a little bit, and move on. By 1885, he's got the equivalency of a high school education. So much so that he applies to and gets accepted to Highland College up in Kansas City. So you can imagine a young George Washington Carver, somebody probably got a second-hand suit on, somebody gave him a carpet bag and his acceptance letter neatly folded into his pocket, and goes up to Highland College, introduces himself to the folks up there. And of course, what are they going to say after he's already been accepted? Whoops, we made a mistake. They didn't accept African Americans. Feeling dejected, as we know, we probably all would, he spent the next 3 years in Kansas, homesteading, bringing in laundry once again. By 1890, we find George in college in Iowa. Now, what does he want to study? What does he want to become? An artist, exactly. And he's doing very well. We do have some of his artwork in the museum. And his art teacher up there was Etta. Her name was Etta Budd. And Etta took young George aside and said to him one day, you know, I like you, you're a very good student, but you're not going to be able to make a living as an African American artist.